Okay. Um, we're going to talk about military time. You guys know, a lot of you guys probably know military time. And I actually recorded this in class yesterday, so I have my students in here today, but it didn't work. So, anyway, I want to, we're going to go over it because military time is always used in healthcare settings. And so, the reason why is just that it just creates less risk for error. So let's say you get an order to give a medicine at 5. The night nurse is working at 5 a.m., so she goes in, gives the medicine, no big deal. Next nurse comes in, it gets to be 5 p.m., she says there's medicine due at 5, she's going to give that medicine or not know what to do. So it's just military time, there's no question. If somebody says 0500 versus 1700, which is 5 a.m. and 5 p.m., you're going to know the difference. And so it's always used. People don't necessarily say it in conversation, but it is always used. So, so let's look at this. You guys should have gotten the link to the website where I've printed off these notes. It says military time is an unambiguous. And unambiguous, the word ambiguous just means it's not clear. Okay, so, I've got this skeleton over here. Okay, and it's just a skeleton. There's no organs or anything like that. And the skeleton's kind of small, but it's unambiguous. You can't really tell this particular skeleton replica if it's a male or female. It's ambiguous. No, I'm not really sure. Sometimes you can tell by looking at the pelvic bones, but this skeleton, is not really, it's not either or. It's just plastic. So it's ambiguous. So unambiguous means it is clear. It's obvious what it should be. So it says military time is an unambiguous, concise method of expressing time used by the military, emergency services, hospitals, and other entities. So something that will always be used. And I used to just keep a digital watch, and I would just always keep it set to military time. That made it a little bit easier for me. Move this down a little bit so you can see. The main difference, says, between regular and military time is how hours are expressed. So minutes are actually the same. You'll hear, your minutes don't change at all. So if it's 5:30 in the morning, it just changes to 5:30. Minutes stay the same. It's the hours that change a little bit. In military time, the hours are numbered from 0 to 23 instead of just 1 to 12, like what we know. Says regular and military time expresses minutes and seconds the same way. Regular time requires use of AM and PM, and it does require that for you guys on the quiz or on your worksheet that you turn in. If you don't specify AM or PM when you're talking about regular time, you're going to get it counted wrong. So keep that in mind. Let's look at the table really quick that's on this website. So midnight starts at 0:00. So when you see the biggest area where people tend to get mixed up is 12 a.m. and 12 p.m. Okay, 12 a.m. Make that a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay, 12 a.m. is midnight. So make sure you understand that. 12 a.m. is midnight. Okay, and in military time, that is 00:00. Okay, so military time is 00:00. Now 12 p.m. Okay, is noon. So that's 12 noon. This other one's midnight. So 12 p.m. is 12 noon, and that in military time is 1200. Okay, so get those in your mind first, because if you can start with those, the rest of it's pretty easy to figure out. But just make sure you know the difference between your AM and your PM. Okay, so if you'll look, so 1 a.m. is just 0100, 2 a.m. is 0200, and then it goes up. But look at the afternoon time. So you get to noon, that's 1200, pretty simple, and then it starts to change. Okay, and it just keeps counting up to 23. So 1 p.m. is actually 1300. 2 p.m. is 1400. It goes in a step that way. The easiest way to learn this, I think, the easiest way to learn this is, you know, if the time is in the PM after 12. Okay, if it's after 12, if it's after 12 p.m., let me turn the air on. Okay, if it's after 12 p.m., then you're going to add the regular hours plus 12. So 1 p.m., for example, okay, you just add 12 to the 1, so you get 1300. Okay, so anytime after 12 p.m., you're just going to add 12 to whatever the time is. So if it's 7, you add 12, it turns into 19. If it's 9 p.m., you add 12, it turns into 21. So those are your hours. That's the easiest way to figure out your hours. And you can come up with your own pattern if you want using that table. So the steps that you're going to do to turn something into military time. Okay, is you're going to say we've got 7:30 p.m. Okay, 7:30 p.m. I'm going to pull down my minutes because they stay the same. I know it's p.m., so I need to add my 12. The only time you don't add the 12 on a p.m. is at 12. It's just 12 p.m. So add 12 to 7, you get 19. Okay, and you drop the colon and drop the p.m. So when you answer for military time, this is your only answer. Okay, you don't write p.m. behind it. You don't write you don't put your colon. So you take the colon out, bring that 30 down, bring your minutes down, take off the p.m. Now on the quiz, if you write a.m. or p.m. behind this, I'm going to mark it wrong because this is all you need. Okay, so make sure you do that, or on this worksheet that you're going to do today. Pretty simple. Same thing goes for in the morning. So let's say we do 6:23 a.m. Okay, 6:23 a.m. I'm going to bring down my minutes. Okay, I know it's in the a.m., so I know that this is not going to change, but I do need to add a 0. All military times have 4 digits. So I'm going to bring down my 6 and put my 0 in front. Got rid of my colon, I'm getting rid of my a.m. That's all I'm going to put, 0623. Okay, that's the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to let you guys practice. Actually, let's go backwards a couple times. Okay, so let's do 11. Okay, so military time, because there's no colon. Okay, this turns out to be, you go back in, you add your colon in the middle, pull down your minutes. We know 11 is a.m. So pull down our 11, and it's a.m. If it's past 12, it's p.m. And let's do another one. Let's do 22:30. 22:30. Now, when you've got your p.m., so your afternoons, okay, instead of adding 12, this direction, you're going to subtract 12. So 22 minus 12 is 10. Add my colon back in, bring my minutes down, and I know this is p.m. because it's 12 or older, or greater. So 10:30 p.m. Okay, if in military time it's greater than or equal to 12, 1200, it's always going to translate into PM in regular time. Okay, so if it's 1200 or bigger, then it's going to translate into PM time period. So this is 12 PM. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, 0001. No, we're not in this is the start of the day. So we're going to pull down our minutes, 01, add our colon in. This is not greater than 12, equal to or greater than 12, so we know it's AM. And we're just going to pull that down. 00 is the start of the day, so that's 12:01 AM. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna let you guys practice on your worksheet. Friday there will be a quiz. It'll have 10 times that you have to translate either direction. Make sure on your bonus on the worksheet today that you put it in military time. So make sure you put that in military time. And that's it. If y'all have any questions, you can email me or ask your teacher. It's pretty simple. If it's something that you're really struggling with or it's taking some extra time, go home and just practice. Look at the clock. Okay, my clock right now says 10 a.m. Well, that's 1000. So if you want to say it that way. So look at the clock and just think, okay, well, what time is it? What time is it in military time? You can quiz yourself that way, okay? I think that's it. But let me know if you have any questions. And other than that, you guys can work on your projects once you get done.